Hello, this is Rebel Time Lady slash Tomberry Queen. This is more makeup vlogs, and I think I'm just going to combine 3 days into a row, which I know is really cheating, but I am exhausted and I still look like garbage. And I still feel like garbage, and the headache is just lurking ever behind my face. So you're getting what you get. At least I've made an attempt to catch up. Next year I will attempt to do better, and hopefully the weather won't fuck with me. So what I was going to talk about was my shitty work week thus far. I work in a undisclosed store where I have been switched to cashier, as I have said, and I don't like it very much because not because I can't do the job. I'm actually very fast and very good at it, and it requires very little brain power. But therein lies the problem. However, I don't know if it's just it more than likely it's the weather. So that's the excuse that most people will give. But people have been either needy or bitchy or absolutely outright belligerent this week. And Wednesday was really bad. I mean, we had other people too that were really bad, but I had a lady. So just imagine you have you have a counter backed up against a wall, and you have like a little island, and there's space in between where there's floor. So you have people. Ideally, you have them come around the island and come this way because I'm over here on the second hill. So you have people come around the little island thing and have them come this way. Now the doors are that way, and the exit door is near to me. So logic would dictate that you go around this island, come out, and you're facing the way you have to exit. So once you cash out, you just deposit your basket with me or your cart over by the return, which is right there, and leave. Well, I had two customers, and then I had a lady try and come in through the other side here. So I have Mr. Man here, lady with a cart here, and then this woman with like one or two things. And I was about to take the gentleman, and she stomps up, and I said, "I'm sorry, ma'am. I have customers this way, so if you could just please just go behind them." And I said it in a mild, moderated tone of voice. I'm paraphrasing, but it was a very, I'm polite. You may know me if you're on the Discord. You may know how much I complain. You might know how bitchy I get, and you might have caught a glimpse of my anger, a very small glimpse. But no matter how upset I am, no matter how angry I am not allowed to take that out on anybody else. And there was no reason for me to be angry with her at that point in the first place. It was a statement of fact. There's people this way. Well, then she starts freaking out on me, telling me how repeatedly saying how rude I am, how super rude I am. You're so rude. You're so rude. I was here before them. She did not step up to the counter at any point. She did not walk up, go to pause in giving me her stuff and say, "Wait, can you just give me a moment? I just want to go look at something over here." No, she had been in the general area somewhere and then walked off. So when the gentleman came up the correct way, I was like, "Cool." So she's flipping out on me about how rude I am. And I she finally grumbles her way over to the other side. I start serving the gentleman. She's still bitching about how much of a rude cunt I am. She didn't use that word, but she might as well have. Um, and the cart lady offers to let her in front. And first she's being a bitch about it, and then finally she does it. And I have to serve her. Meanwhile, she's still actively tearing me apart while I'm processing her order. And then she's talking about how she's never going to come back in the store again because I was so rude. So rude, she says over and over and over again. So fucking bitchy. And I haven't been feeling well, on and off, I have not been feeling well for a very long time with these headaches. The weather is just kicking my ass. And I don't know why, because I was never, as far as I know, I was never prone to pressure headaches or sinus headaches. Well, I knew sinus headaches were a thing, but I've never been this affected by the weather before. So I was at the point where I was too exhausted to be angry with her. I just felt defeated. And I think it showed because I wasn't going to cry. I was upset, but I'm just too tired. I'm too tired for this shit. I can't deal with this shit right now. I don't have the mental faculties to deal with people emotionally badgering me for no good reason. However, when Cart Lady came up, she kind of just paused and said, "Don't listen to her, babe." She used the word babe, which I thought was weird, but she was Scottish, I think, and she said, "I saw everything. You weren't rude at all. You were." She's like, "I couldn't have been that nice to a person like that." And we I started processing her order, and then through it, she's like, she's probably gonna call your head office, right? You should probably tell your manager. And I said, yeah, I'm gonna tell my manager. I usually do when stuff like this happens because people are assholes. Um, and then by the time we got through the transaction, she's like, listen, do you want my phone number? Because if she calls your head office and they call you, like your store, you know, you're gonna get in trouble no matter what. Because of course they're not gonna listen to me. This company that I work for makes it abundantly clear that all of their employees are crooks and thieves and terrible at their jobs, which is also demoralizing when I've put so much work into this place. But, that's not what I'm here to speak about. So she gave me her phone number, her cell phone and her home phone. And she said, you make sure they give that to them if they call. Because, I mean, she was right there. She saw it all. And the thing is that anybody who actually gives a fuck or knows me knows that I hold my professional my professionalism to a high standard, even if it's a job where I really don't give a shit about. Mind you, I've been slacking on that a little bit, but not with regards to customers. So yeah, I mean, it was nice that I had someone to back me up, but at the same time, this isn't the first incident this week. In the last 2 weeks, and it's just like, listen, Mom brought up the point about the weather in the car yesterday, and I just said, yeah, that's true. Everybody's kind of suffering for the weather, but I can't turn around and start losing my shit on her because a I'm not I was raised better than that, but two, I'm at work and I'm doing my job, and three, I'm out in public. This woman was out in public and just decided she was going to tear into me for no other reason than probably because either she was having a shitty day or maybe she just felt like it. So that kind of made me think of some other things. I'm not going to describe all the other incidents. I'm just too fucking tired. Um, when went to I went to a pain function clinic for my ankle once they figured out there was actually something wrong with it that physio couldn't fix because I couldn't move it any farther and it was still swollen. And oh, surprise, surprise, there's bullshit wrong with it. They sent me this pain and function clinic, and most of it was fine. It's like the cognitive specialist was really nice. She realized pretty quickly that trying to put me in the meditation room was pretty impossible because my brain never stops. I guess I was looking at some other things. It's like, oh, INTP, whatever I am, their minds never stop. And I'm like, well, no shit. But she would either just let me sit there if I wanted to, or I would flat out just stop going after a while because it was very clear that meditation is not a thing that I am capable of. I cannot shut off my brain to a level that makes meditation possible. It always there's always something going on in here, which is probably part of my insomnia problems because it's always ticking. There's always something going on. There's always something I'm wondering about or something. It's not even distractions. It's just there's always something in my mind. My mind is always processing information. But one of the things they made me do outside of the physicality stuff, which they couldn't do much with me because it hurt too much and I just don't have the range of movement for it. Like I can't even turn a bike pedal anymore. And so when we talked to, I can't remember if he was a psychologist or if he was actually a psychiatrist or what, but this guy. And I came to find out very quickly that he was an asshole and that he was not going to help me. I mean, so he, we got talking about some things, and I was talking about some of my stressors and stuff, and I started talking about customers, about my experiences with customers. I've been doing all this customer bullshit stuff for a long time, like in some form or another, whether it be at Tim Hortons or other fast food places when I got out of high school, right up to retail environments. And I'm a fairly good judge of person, but of character, but I know I can tell most of the time when someone walks up what they're going to be like, how I should talk to them, how, whether they can take a joke or not, whether I can, you know, communicate with them beyond hello, goodbye, here's your change, all that crap, right? Not that our job wants us to even talk to people anymore. They want us to be, what is it, friendly professional, which is basically, hello, how are you? This is the money we want. Here's your change. Bye. Which is idiotic if I have somebody who's got a $200 cart and I'm just going to stand there stone faced. Yeah. Anyway, so this guy has this big fucking rant about how I'm projecting on other people when I say some people are having a bad day and some people are, some people are just have a moment. And then there are the other people that will come in and every time they see a cashier, they're an asshole. Every single time. Every single time. And he told me, no, people aren't like that. You're just projecting on people. And I'm just like, so you're saying all of the other people I have ever worked with are also projecting on people? And he says, yes. And he went on this tirade about how wrong we were and how we were all just whatever. I can't remember anymore. This was a year ago. And it made me piss me off. So it's like in my head, I'm thinking, have you ever fucking worked in a store before? Have you ever had to? Oh, yeah, because that's what I was talking about. I was talking about how demeaning it is sometimes to work a retail job, especially when you're a cashier, because people look at you as less. And he told me, no, that's you projecting on people. You're telling me, go on the internet, go look at a Facebook page, and look at a post about minimum wage. Read comments on a post about minimum wage going up and see just how worthless people see cashiers. Don't tell me that people don't look at me as a lesser being. Because here's the thing, when I worked at Cinema One, yeah, I did cash, but I had a level of knowledge. When people walked into Cinema One, every person was expected to know something, even if they didn't know about every movie, even if they didn't know of every genre of movies. You were expected to have an expertise in some things, and I did, and it was good. And I was still retail, I was still technically a cashier, but I had a level of prestige because I was expected and I proved that I had knowledge that put me in a class above. Working a job like this, they might as well just replace me with a machine because they treat the machine better. And it just drives me crazy because idiots like that, people who are making how much more money than me, think they have a right to tell me what I've observed. Like, what was I? I was 36 or 37 when he was telling me this bullshit. It's ridiculous. So one of the other things I was going to tie into this, people are coming home, so hopefully I don't have to go to the bathroom. Otherwise, we're going to have to go for a walk. Is one of the ways I kind of cope with things, and I forget often because of the epilepsy thing, and also because I'm really not sleeping, is something I want to ask you guys about to see if any of you have this as well. I don't really want to call them totems, but comfort items that can be disguised as normal things. For an example, this ring. This is my cosplay ring for my 12th Doctor. Not a lot of people have it. It's a point of pride, I will admit, that I went the extra mile to get it. But it's also a really nice ring. And it's a green amber, so it's a green me. But I feel a little panicked when I don't have it on. And I mean, I've been wearing my unfinished ring of Lucis lately, but there's certain things because I mean, it's not like I can sit there and be a child and hold a Tomberry plush or something. So I'm just wondering, do you guys have any kind of items like that? Secret little things that you kind of keep on your person? It could be a lucky coin or, maybe a necklace or a pendant or something. Or maybe you even have a little figure. Like I used to carry around a little minifig of or two of something just to have in my pocket just so I could feel a little safer. Because to be honest, I don't handle change very well when it comes down to jobs. I always get super terrified when I have to start a new place because it's new people in this building that I have no idea where I am, and then I'm left alone, and I'm alone because I don't know anybody, right? Thank you, anxiety. So, yeah. I'm gonna cut this short now. I will try and do a longer video tomorrow for the 20th. Um, I'm sorry that I've had to cheap out on this so much, but my head has just been killing me, and I'm just not sleeping enough. And it has nothing to do with VEDA itself. It's just been this vicious um, barometric cycle we're going through for the last few months. It's just my body is just not taking very well to it, and it's just wrecking me. And I have to work, so there's just some days where I haven't had the energy to be able to turn on the camera. And then when I did turn on the camera, it was absolute garbled nonsense. So yeah. Side note, I haven't named this thing. I've had him for a while. Anybody got any suggestions for names? He, she, it, I don't care. You know, you can look up Tombury naming conventions if you want. Usually there's some kind of berry on the end. It's like Marberry or Sozuberry or a Kryptonberry or whatever. Um, or it can just be nameless. I don't know. Anyway, thank you very much for your patience. If you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. If you have any other ideas for a video that I can do, hopefully if the weather gets a little better, I'll go outside or go for a walk or something. Maybe I'll even film one of these in the mall so I can make a complete jackass out of myself. At any rate, thank you very much. See you guys tomorrow.